Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the first match of Week 3, Season 25. Still in Kyber 2. Here's a quick look at how the last round went with our history. Nothing too interesting here. This was the opponent who had basically more, or not basically, he did have more Relic 7s than I had Relics. And you can just see across the board, I'm just smashing everything with crazy relics. This guy should be in Kyber 1. Well, he couldn't get through my fleet, so that's probably one of the reasons why he's in Kyber 2. He doesn't have an executor solution right now. Round 2, this was a win on defense here. Grievous up against Shakti. Shakti's a counter to Grievous, so it's a weird choice. Using Rolo up against Hux. This is one of those classic situations of thinking relics are better than they are. These are poor quality relics, and Hux is not a bad character and not a bad team. And another thing here with Grief Karga going up against Dash, just not understanding if this team was better. He actually took a few attempts there. And then same deal here with JTR. This is the really surprising one. His Relic 7 JTR, mostly Relic 7 across the board, resistance team here, losing to mine. Now part of that is preloaded turn meter. Part of that is the resistance heroes are better than Trooper, Scavenger, and Poe. Rest of this is fairly predictable. Round 3, this was a heartbreaker. I lost 8 banners. This would have been a win. Had two things happen. One, I didn't decide to try Bad Batch against BAM to see what would happen, because at a certain level they can win. Mine aren't there, but this was a weak BAM team, so I wanted to see what would occur. I thought I had a safe win because I knew he wouldn't get through my fleet, but I did not get the fleet RNG I needed with that executor counter, so I didn't get through his fleet. So I ended up needing the banners from that BAM battle in order to win. So the rest of this is, he one-shot my defense. I basically one-shot his defense, except for that one test. Here is a quick look at the bracket that I am dealing with in this round. This is a lot easier than last week. So in terms of GLs, there's one player with 4. Everybody else has only 2 or 3. That's pretty manageable. It's going to be a lot harder to get stuck in this kind of scenario. Omicrons, most everybody has them. There's a good mix of GP levels. The mod game is way easier than last week, where I have the slower top 25 speed mods, but I have way better depth in the top 500. Only one player has mods across the board that are better than me, and only one other one is even in the range of Rhaegar here and me. My opponent is Goluka on the far left next to me, which is why I moved the image to the other corner. But you can see we'll look at this in the hotbot to get a little closer, but here's just a brief overview of the bracket that we're looking at this week. My opponent has the Iden, Omicron, Zam, Qui-Gon, and he has one other Grand Arena Omicron. I'm sure I'll remember later. I forget in the moment. I don't think I have it up right now. No, it's right over. He has the Princess Leia Omicron. No Maul, no Echo. 4 stars on the Executor. Here's speeds on some of the key characters. Let's jump into this. Let's show the top portion of Goluka Kalomi here, what he's got and what he's working with. JMK. .4 GP, so he doesn't have as much depth as me. 2 GLs, Jedi Master Luke being the other one. I'm in the same position, but I don't have a relic JMK yet because I'm working on videos and stuff, so I slowed that down. Just quickly order this by speed. This might be something we do from now on, maybe not. Just a quick look at some of his faster characters. All characters who should be there. He has resistance heroes. That's interesting. Not a lot of players do. Now here is the hot bot. Similar guild GP. Lifetime banners, really solid. Especially for his GP and him very likely being a player like me who waited a long time to get a Galactic Legend, because if you have JML and JMK or your Galactic Legends, you probably waited. But he also has a much smaller overall GP than me. Zeta's is also within range of me, but his roster depth is way shallower than mine. So I think there's a good chance here that I'm probably going to be able to get my opponent stuck. Especially because he also sets down a decent defense. I think what he's relying on is for me to get stuck. And it's a maybe. In terms of relic levels and speeds we already went over, but he's significantly slower. Like I've got like 150 more 10 plus mods, 50, around 50-ish of the 15 plus. And then relic levels, he's got way more tier 5. That's where most of it is. But in terms of overall relics, I actually for once have the advantage. This is the first time that's ever happened, and it's by 1 relic. But he does have the advantage on relic levels. Speeds on those key characters, he has much better speeds on some of the better characters. Something I've been delaying wanting to work on because it's something I want to make a video on later. No Echo, that's going to hurt him a little bit. It means he's a lot shallower. No Maul, so that's 2 teams he doesn't have available to him that I do, and those can be some important counters. And his Executor is much weaker than mine and going to be much easier for me to counter if he did happen to set it on defense. Jump in here, take a look at the defensive strategy. I've been busy lately and I got the road ahead video to make later this evening, so I did not make a strategy here. So we're going to be kind of playing this by ear. I set down my standard defense. There's a couple things that have changed in terms of gear level, but basically everything else is standard. I forgot to put the Zeta on JTR. I've been wanting to do that. What I did change is down below here on the Beskar Mando team. I'm already kind of regretting it. I want to make this Beskar Mando team better without putting more relics on it. I took Fennec off because I want to start using her a little bit more up against some weaker teams. At relics, she can solo. At least some teams, and I want to be able to experiment with that. But in order to experiment with a character who can't currently solo, I set down on defense one that can currently solo, which is kind of a bad decision. My opponent already started going, but then he stopped. He started attacking me right after the start of Grand Arena. I don't know why he's held off playing. Maybe he's trying to incentivize me to go before he starts attacking again. And also, I threw a gear level on Fennec. I took Fennec up to gear 12. And then here's this back wall. This Padme team is junk, but her floor is higher than other teams. That's the only reason she's there, but she's a solo risk. I don't know what I want to put there, which is why I just decided to go with it. On defense, this top territory here is pretty easy. We are going to have a lot of flexibility here. I don't even really know how I want to handle it other than the BAM team and the Bossk team here. There is the Omicron on Zam, so it is going to be faster, but it's significantly weaker here with Cad Bane. This is not a character I use, even though I also have a Relic 5-1, because he doesn't help get contracts off faster. IG-88's fine. I use Grief, or I use Boba Fett in that slot, technically. Because Boba Fett's not a Mandalorian, and with an AoE, that helps contracts go off faster. In the Zam slot, I use Grief, because I don't have the Zam Omicron. Then we have an easy crew team. At Gear 12, I like Hux better. This Rolo team would have been a potential solo, but that Rolo team does have that Leia Omicron, so it's not going to be hard, but it's not going to be easy. It's a potential trap, so I'm going to still respect it. I'm not going to completely treat it like a joke. JMK here is going to be tough. Qui-Gon, have to respect. This Darth Revan team I'm concerned about. Not because of Darth Revan, but because if my JML doesn't work up against the JMK, it means I'm going to have to clean it up with my JMK, because my JMK I can't bring in to start. So if I have to use two teams to clear his GL team, that means I don't have a lot left to take out this Darth Revan. What I want to happen is one-shot JMK with JML, then use my JMK to take out Darth Revan. If that doesn't work, we might pull out the Wampa Omicron, see what it does up against this Darth Revan team, which I don't have a ton of confidence on. I did increase the relic levels on my Wampa, but not by enough. We'll start with the easy ones. This is going to be a Night Sister counter. That's not what I want. There we go. Alright, this is one I do all the time. This is a little bit of a stronger team though, so I do want to be mindful about how I play. One of the things I've been talking a lot about lately in terms of just improving this counter is not putting Plague out too early on B1. I find that that tends to be one of the ways that I can lose this sometimes. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Alright, now we gotta completely change up how we're gonna play this, or we gotta force quit. I'm hoping we can bring her back. Yeah, we're just gonna quit. Okay. Bad RNG there with the prioritizing of DACA. But this is a problem. This was a team I wanted to use later. That went really badly for me. You know what? Wampa can technically beat this. We're gonna do JML first. I can't believe my Night Sister just lost that. That never happens. We'll do this one. I need to know what kind of day it's going to be. This might be a bad day for me. We have an extra star on Mara Jade. Everyone has Foresight, so no Force Crush. But we will do Force Crush now. clear the foresight so I can use it later. Uh-oh, don't like that. I'm going to throw an ability block here. I don't want to risk taking out Qui-Gon, so we're not doing Force Crush. That is awful. I should have... thrown the ability block on Old Ben, because I wanted to fracture. Let's throw ability block here. We'll put a shock on Ayla. That's bad. Alright, here's what I want. Fracture. That's fine. Okay. Rough start, but it's fine now. Old Ben can't do anything. We'll stun him. Don't need to worry about the stagger or anything. Let's... I think we'd probably get the banner anyway, but just in case. Maybe I can buy a little bit more time. Old Ben's not going for a minute. Nah, it's too many turns. I still can't believe it went after my DACA. Okay, let's get into this. I am very concerned about this. I don't feel like I have the mods I need, or the relic levels, or the practice, because in Squad Arena these days I've been practicing other counters deeper in the higher in the Squad Arena. Alright. Mark her. The ability block will be down in a second. Stun everyone. I need to get through at least Commander Ahsoka. That was a bad idea. I needed to increase cooldowns over on her when I didn't. And this is why I need to practice things before I do them. It actually probably means that we're not going to get through this today. I'm going to just keep playing this and hope we can get it to a point where the RNG is in my favor, because we're not going to be able to bring in a team bring in a team that can beat this. But maybe my JMK can come in with a different RNG situation and come through. I'm intentionally not increasing cooldowns on her. Because he's got this speed advantage too on everything. I'm very irritated with myself. Let's just hope that the RNG is in my favor. I guess we'll throw in Mace, even though his stuff isn't leveled up. But it should be active, right? It's just level 1. We'll see what happens. I haven't even tested him yet. We're leveled up his stuff outside of Grand Arena yet. No, it's been a busy end of February, start of March for me. I do need to take the time to practice some of these things I've been delaying. Okay. I wonder how high I'm going to relic. Let's make sure we target Kenobi here. Oh, come on. Do I want to take out Kenobi, or do I want to... I think what we're going to do is this. I'm going to hope I get my... Is he not going... Am I not going to be able to dispel that? Fine. Let's take out General Kenobi then. Alright, so we got Shatterpoint. Stun, remove turn meter, sure. AoE or mass assist. not feeling a lot of confidence. Let's get an armor shred. Scared. This deals special damage, call ally to assist, versus the basic block. Alright, we are going to do the ability block. No ability block. Or is it already there? I think we're at a... Okay, he just changed the cooldowns. So she's going to do that, yes. This goes through... Let's just... I'm further along, but we're gonna time out. Come on. Would you just go down? Okay. I'm gonna auto. I don't like how this is going. At least we got the armor shred, but there's the damage immunity right now. Come on, just take her out. Alright, we're probably in a point where we can clean this up. I think we actually would have beat this if I would have not annihilated, whatever that ability is called, taken out GK immediately, but this is why I got, this team's still new to me. And we are still working out the edges on this thing. But really it was messing up with JML. But it's also why I played out the JML instead of quitting, because I knew my JMK was going to lose that based on the speeds. So at least I felt like, okay, play it out, see where the cooldowns are and where the turn meter's at, and hope for the best. And that worked out. And really, had I just taken out GK to start, then we probably would have won that. Or had I not taken it off the auto. Problem is, I think I need to now try. I either need to Wampa Darth Revan here, which I don't know if it's going to work. It probably won't work. Or I need to try and Maul it, but I don't think my Maul is going to work either. But it's only a relic 5. I think we try it with Maul. This is what I've been practicing more in Squad Arena, and it's not consistent. I need higher relic levels on a few characters. like Canderous, for instance. It is possible, though. It just depends on how quickly some of these characters go down. You'll at least get to a point where I feel like we can clean it up. Because I do think we probably need to do Wampa up against Grievous. So I don't want to use Wampa yet, and we'll do something else to clean up GMK. We'll probably have to use CLS there, which means that Bossk team is probably going to turn into a problem. Like this is really not going my way. Alright, weapons tech over here. See, what would be best is if Sith Emperor Trooper went down here. And I got fear on. Yeah, this is not working out great. This is going very poorly. Because now I got Death Mark. Maybe. Let's just do the basic. Don't kill me. Yeah, no. Maybe it would have been better to do Wampa. The problem is I don't have a lot that I can bring at Darth Revan right now. And the other issue is, this is what I don't like about testing teams in Squad Arena right now, is deeper in Squad Arena where you're going to come across teams like this, they're not modded well. So you don't get a true impression. Like, I'm not testing my Maul team up against a well-modded Darth Revan team. I'm taking it up against a player who either is no longer playing or who isn't serious enough to have GLs or other things. So there's a weak Darth Revan team deeper. Alright, I want to see... I don't have Shock T. Why did I put Shock T on defense? I talked about this last week to not do this anymore. Because I could bring Shock T then up against these. It's just the question is, do I think Wampa will do... I don't... This is the problem with this cast. Alright. Let's think this through. I do have the Bad Batch though, which I don't think is going to work. With Imperial Troopers, I just think I need a Relic Dark Trooper before I should even be considering going up against a Darth Revan. I'm going to throw in Wampa. We're going to probably not be able to clear this territory. Because the problem is I'm going to be throwing in my Bad Batch up against that Grievous team, and there's no way that I think my Bad Batch can beat that Grievous. I think I should probably putting Wampa there. But then I have no idea how we get through Darth Revan. at least maybe we can pick apart. Yeah, the fear is bad. That's all bad. This is all going very poorly. Yeah. Good to know. A big waste of my Wampa, but I gotta learn these things. And the thing is, I know Wampa can beat Grievous. Or at least have a shot at it. I will never be bringing Wampa up against Darth Revan again. I wish we had a place to test things. Problem is, I wanted to use CLS and Bad Batch to clear the top territory, which we now no longer have access to. Alright. Let's see how lucky we get. I'm going to try my Imperial Troopers up against that Darth Revan. I do not think it's going to work. I am going to, for once, throw that thing onto Grievous, which I've never been able to get the iron. Don't, oh no! Yeah, okay, we have no way now to get through this. Yeah. The relic levels were too high. I can, right around that, like, relic 3 range, relic 4 range, the RNG can work, but this is right at the threshold where I don't think my Bad Batch can beat a Grievous team. And now, because I don't have Shock T, because I wasn't thinking when I set my defense, we're going to have to put in a really poor quality This is just a bad day for me. I really should just fight the other teams. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll take things a little bit more seriously and just understand that I'm not going to get through that because I misplayed some things. Because it's not necessarily unwinnable. Because my opponent also doesn't have a very deep roster. He might get stuck. So I shouldn't just be throwing things away. Maybe by clearing these two territories, I actually still do win. So we need to shape up. Yeah. Except I wanted to clean up that JMK team. Alright, let's just rip out Zam. Okay, let's throw the confusion on Dengar so we can't stealth. Yeah, just a complete waste of this team. But this was the thing I was talking about at the start. I had big concerns that if I had to use my JMK up against his JMK, then I wouldn't have really much left to take out his Darth Revan with. Now, I could definitely do troopers here. Just need to be a little careful because I've been playing like an idiot today. We do have... Maybe the Omicron was put on after, because it only said 3. Is this the Omicron? Yeah. So the Omicron is active. Where do I want to do this? So I was thinking troopers here. This team isn't that good. I wonder if we could like Traya it. Because I'm concerned about that Omicron on Leia, but that... What if we trade that? Let's trade this. I think... I don't know if I need to be that concerned about that Omicron. What this really comes down to is me being upset that my Night Sisters actually lost to a Grievous team. Okay, I'm gonna hit Captain Han. Increase some cooldowns. Dispel. Oh, Isolate is coming at the perfect time. But we can't isolate Leia. Fine. Alright. There's Held by Hatred. Let's give a nice big hit on Chirrut. I wanted the ability block on her. Nah, I don't want the counter. Baze can counter. He doesn't do much damage. It's only Gear 12 guy. We'll do the big hit. Close. Sion, when did you get so slow? I used to have such a fast Scion back in the days of the meta. I've just been stealing all his You killed my Traya? Do not even think about reviving Leia. Are you guys really gonna let this Leia do so much damage? Oh my god. Like, yeah, they're all a bunch of Gear 12 guys, but this is just a Rolo. Are you kidding me? How is a Rolo doing this? It's absurd. Completely absurd. Alright, we'll be able to troopers now that BAM team, and we'll use whatever up against that crew team. Clicked. Maybe we should get some turn meter going. Waited on that. Just hitting these other characters because they go down faster. Which was fine until I needed Bossk Armando to take a turn so I could kill him. Don't mess this up, Stark. These kinds of things get so irritating with Stark. Alright. Now that crew team, we could Rebel Assault it, although Hux makes Rebel Assault not really work as well. What else do we have left? God, I was so tempted to just burn my entire roster on the bottom territory. Okay. Rex and the clones aren't really going to work. Why do I feel like Rebel Assault is one of my better options? No, Rebel Assault isn't a great option. One of those characters puts debuffs down. Doesn't Rolo put debuffs down? Han does. Yeah, buff immunity. I guess I need to change my mods on Rolo. Not really ever looking at these characters, but she needs critical chance. Yeah, we got a lot of debuff heavy teams, which is why I feel like Rebel Assault is not a crazy thing for me to be considering. It's like really not good. Let's just do it. And I've shown how my Hux team will beat Rebel Assault, but that's because Hux lead messes some stuff up. Is that Traya's sabers right there? How fast are these guys, or how slow are my guys? From here, we've basically already won. Oh, I don't have stealth anymore. This isn't great. Han, I need you to go. Leave her alone. Okay. I just burned too many teams down below. Because it's Kylo. because the Rex Annihilate's not going to work. But we it's only gear 12. Choosing Kylo because he has the most turn meter and will either consume the extortion or let the extortion spread. Alright, I'm just gonna auto from here. Alright. He has JML, and he can divide up his JML into several Jedi teams. And he's got Padme CLS, no Maul, no Bad Batch, no idea what's on his back wall. He's not going to get through my fleets. Like, I really think somehow I can still win this. Oh, this is a problem though. When you have JMK and you have these Relic 8 negotiators, Maul doesn't do as well. But he did only have Relic 5 on his Anakin. And that's kind of important. Like, you really should have at least Relic 6 on your Anakin Starfighter. Like, when I was climbing in Fleet Arena every day, went back during those metas, that's where I felt like you needed to have Anakin at to continue making results. I'm surprised the Saber's still hanging out. Like this, I know you see it like in the subreddits and stuff, people showing those things. With all of these grand arenas I've recorded and put out, it's never happened. What's it gonna be? Okay. This Radius, he doesn't have Ray, so this Radius shouldn't be any good. We're just gonna Rebels it and rip it apart. He's gonna attempt Executor against my own, which it's not out of the realm of possibility. But it's very risky. What a rough Grand Arena for me. It's very embarrassing. All because I didn't increase those cooldowns. Because when I think back to my other Grand Arena attempts up against JMK, we went up against a number of versions that didn't have Cat. And then I think the one time we did go up against Cat, his mods were so crazy that I couldn't compete because of how crazy good his mods were. He just ripped me apart before my guys were even able to go. Alright, probably a loss, but it's actually not ridiculous that we could win this still. I am going to throw in stuff at JMK just to see what will happen. It would have been interesting to throw in Wampa in that 1v1 situation. But I really wanted to see Darth Revan. I guess clones kind of have a shot. Not really. I'd rather throw the clones in here. So, yeah, this is the number of this. I need to start preparing for these again. It's just a thing like, if I had Shock T. If I had Shock T, I would have thrown in Shock T before the Bad Batch. And Bad Batch would have been able to clone or clean it up had the Bad Batch wouldn't have been able to clean it up had Shock T not been able to do it. Probably wouldn't have been able to do it, but no, I have a much higher relic one now. No, she probably would have been able to do it. Come on. Yeah, you can just see why I need Shock T. I guess this is what I should be doing. I just don't think we're gonna get low enough before it happens. Yeah. I guess had I started sooner, we would have hit that milestone. Yeah, maybe. If you have high relics, there's other things you can do. We just don't have those things available. Like we don't have the turn meter in the place that it needs to be. But there's things like this is technically possible at relics. I guess I could have even done that up against Grievous. Probably would have had a better shot. I think we're going to call it and wrap up. Yeah, that's about right. Alright, we're going to wrap it up there. I got a road ahead to work on. So I just put out my analysis of the 7th Sister and made some speculation on the Grand Inquisitor that turned out to be true within a couple hours of that video posting. So check that out, and then soon after well, I might put the road ahead out before I post this video, so we'll see which order I do it in. But thank you for watching. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. Be safe out there, everyone, and be excellent to each other. I already said that part.